Welcome back, everyone. It's Ready or Not.
Football edition. I'm Nate the Great.
I'm Chris Stacks, and it is playoff primer time because we're going into week 16, the first round of our playoffs.
Which I'm in the loser bracket.
You are in the loser bracket, but at least you're not so far sitting in the toilet.
Not yet, and I don't think I will.
Curious how many people actually looked at that because I'm definitely going to take a picture, throw it into the video for today. So, starting off waivers.
Waivers, few pickups, mainly from the people that are
that are in.
only, I should say, from the people that are gunning for.
It was not as busy as I expected. I was a little worried.
We had, replacements picked up Waller. A lot of so 6 total pickups, 3 of them tight ends.
Yep.
So is that like an indication that 3 TEs is going to win? It's like
no. That's us. That's us pulling back on his power.
Well, I don't know. Replacements picked up 2 of them, Darren Waller and Juwan Johnson. And he's against 3 TEs.
Combined, we have 3, so we're taking some of that power away.
Well, what I'm saying, though, is if he still has a tight end, does he have 3 against 3 TEs? In which case, it's actually feeding into 3 TEs' abilities.
That's not necessarily true. And no,
none of what I'm saying is
true. No, he does not. I'm just making sure your brother doesn't feed off this.
He feeds off anything.
Yeah, I've noticed. PRO picked up the Titans. Very interesting after watching the Texans the last 2 weeks.
The Texans the last 2 weeks. They weren't playing a great team 2 weeks ago, but last week they played a good team.
And they played great. So I'm not sold on that pickup.
But we'll see. If they don't do well, that works for you. You're against PRO.
I'm excited. So we'll see. I did see PRO dropped Gallup. Will picked up the Broncos, which could be an interesting defense, especially if Russell Wilson or whatever quarterback's playing starts playing well.
I forgot. Broncos are playing.
That one I don't know.
I have it written down here. Rams. Against Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Who did not have a great showing last week.
Not a bad one. Will dropped Robinson, the running back for the Commanders.
Who didn't do anything last week anyway.
Right. Yep. No, I kind of expected it. And then I had a couple pickups here and there, but we'll see.
Ingram, Mostert. So Dolphins running back against the Green Bay. I think he can do very well.
I think, especially if they run him the way he did last week. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And he'll be in over Kamara. But that's another point. Games. Let's hit the games.
Hit the games. So we got Jacksonville versus Jets. Jacksonville at Jets.
Mike White's not starting, correct? It's correct. Okay, I'm going with the Jacksonville Jags.
I agree. Jacksonville's been playing very well, and they're still. Both teams are fighting for playoffs.
The Jets are still the Jets.
All right.
Sorry, Christine.
Falcons at Ravens.
Lamar's back in?
I don't know.
Are they sure? Is this
He's questionable. He's always questionable. He's week to week.
I don't like this
I'm leaning towards Ravens, but they screwed me over last week. But I'm gonna say Ravens. Well, Falcons. They're if I remember correctly, they're the ones. They're putting Nick Foles in over Matt Ryan.
No, that's the Colts.
Colts. Okay, I was like, no, I'm thinking of the wrong team. Matt Ryan's not on the Falcons anymore.
All right, I'll go with the Ravens too. I'm really 50-50 on that one, but I'll go Ravens.
I'm 50-50. I'll have a little mark on that one. Lions at Panthers. I'm going Lions.
I'm going Lions.
Lions have been playing very well the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks, yeah.
So,
and there's a potential playoff berth, so.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I didn't even read it yet. I agree,
Buffalo versus the Bears.
Yes, Bills at Bears. Bills take it. According,
yeah,
that's what we're saying. Saints at Browns. I'm gonna put a mark on that one because I want to feel like it's 50-50 as well. I'm going. You know what? I'm gonna go the opposite of what you say.
I'm gonna do a Saints.
I'm gonna go Saints. All right, so I'm going Browns. Which I will be honest, I was leaning towards Browns.
I am 50-50 on this one.
I already marked it.
51-49.
I already marked it. Seahawks at Chiefs.
I'm going to go Chiefs, but I think... Oh, no, actually, with Tyler Lockett out, I'm worried about the Seahawks.
Giants at Vikings.
Vikings, but I like Saquon this week.
All right. I mean, I like Vikings, and I like what they did the second half.
Yep. The second half was good. The first half was terrible.
not.
You do that against the Giants, you could lose.
I don't know, man. I think you can still take it against the Giants. Not to boost your ego, but Cowboys you can't do that against. Giants, maybe.
Well, Giants is a maybe to me. It's not a guaranteed.
Well, yeah. Bengals at Patriots, yeah. I agree. Bengals there. Texans at Titans.
What's the spread on this one?
Spread is 4 Titans.
Wow.
And it's
wow.
Over under of 37, so it's not a high.
Luckily, it's a terrible over under, but I'm gonna go the Tennessee Henrys, but I think it's gonna be an interesting game.
Hey, very well could be. You know what? Because of the way the Texans have been playing, I'm gonna go Texans.
Oh.
That way we have another differing as well. Actually, now it's an even amount, so we definitely got to do at least one more different. Commanders at Niners. Niners. Yeah, there's no arguing there. Eagles at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'm going to go Cowboys as well, which actually the spread's showing in favor of Cowboys.
I saw that. Which actually surprised me, to be honest with you.
Especially but if Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts might be the deciding factor. If he's in and he's healthy, that's a huge factor.
Well, he's not going to be healthy.
He's not going to be 100%. What is a high ankle, right?
Shoulder.
Oh, shoulder.
Shoulder injury.
Throwing shoulder?
I believe the off shoulder, but he still can't take hits.
Right. Okay. So you got Raiders at Steelers. Raiders. All right.
I'm going to pick it. Pick it.
Packers at Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
Because it's in Miami, I'm going Dolphins. If this was in Green Bay, I'd be going Green Bay.
All right.
You know that.
I don't know. We got some
has lost his last, I believe, 8 games in under 30-degree weather.
Well, I was gonna say, but we got used to the cold very quickly in Buffalo. Well, no, we didn't get used to it.
He's lost 8 games in a row in 30-degree under weather.
Well, we're in Florida.
You're lucky it's going to be 40-something this weekend.
Yeah, it's just a little chilly, a little but middle of the day, it could be in the 50s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And remember, we got that sun right around our stadium. Then we got Broncos at Rams.
Broncos,
I'm going with the Broncos. Bucks at Cards.
Bucks.
Yeah. Bucks. Chargers at Colts.
This one's interesting to me. What's the spread?
It's 4 in favor of Chargers. So I'm leaning towards Chargers, but I'm curious how the Colts are going to act with Nick Foles at the helm.
I'm going to go with the Colts because Nick Foles is that friggin' wild card that you bring him in as a backup and he's like, I'm going to throw 7 touchdowns.
I mean, you saw what happened with the Eagles when they brought him in.
That's my point.
So I'm going to put that
Herbert hasn't been playing well. And Foles is literally that guy that you bring in and he's like, oh, it's my turn. And he just goes off for 1 game.
Now, are they on the line for playoffs, Colts?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, then I have no idea. That one I do not know. We're going to go into the games next. Before we do, let me see if I can find this.
I'm still picking Chargers. I'll put you as Colts.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb on that one here.
I put a marker now, but we have an even amount now, so that means one of us has to be in dominate, like a 3-1 or 4-1 probably if I get all mine right. You're not even like this thing.
We're looking for playoffs? Playoffs.
Standings.
Indianapolis Colts are 4-9.
No, okay.
No chance. I think he'll still come in and play upset or spoiler. He has no pressure. It's just can you throw a football? And he's got great wide receivers. Alec Pierce and Pity City. It can be very interesting.
Anyway, you already logged up, but Chargers, they're leading their division?
I believe so, yes.
Apologize for the delay. We'll be right with you.
Gotta sign it. Chargers.
Okay, behind the Chiefs. But
So they're second.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They're
They're tied with us, but they have the tiebreakers.
Wins tie break over Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Head-to-head win percentage. Okay.
So they're still in the playoff run, but they could be knocked out because they're only a game behind.
Well, the Jaguars have to win. If the Jags win and they lose, it could be interesting.
Which means Chargers do have game in line.
Yeah.
Which, if Nick Foles wants to play spoiler for the Chargers, just because he can.
Because he can. I think that's kind of the guy he is. That's what I've seen
I
through
would
history.
be.
That's what I've seen through history. Man. It's like, I'm going to come into the playoffs and win a Super Bowl.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very
That
interesting.
one. I'm curious. It's a Monday night game as well.
Yep. Now, looking at the lower bracket and the upper bracket, we'll call it, will be nice. Be a little bit PC. Champ versus Steiger. Looking through it, Steiger does not have the best matchups this week. It's looking interesting, but I would
We
say
still need to switch out.
yeah, he's got a few people to switch out, but I think he'll do that. He's got people to put in. But I would say looking at the breakdown, she's predicted 145. Even if he puts his people in, I think he's only predicted like 135.
137, I would say.
Oh no, kicker. So if he does a kicker, no, he'd actually be predicted like 140. But I'm not
Oh,
loving.
kicker as well?
Yeah, I'm not loving Goff this week.
Wait, why is this kicker not playing?
Maybe got hurt. I don't know.
Doesn't show a hurt indication.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But I'm not loving a couple of his players this week, and I think hers, like Elliott will do Elliott things, Cousins will do well, Allen will do Allen things, Kittle, like
Now, do you think? I mean, Elliott's obviously a great running back. How do you think he's going to do against Philly?
he
Philly's
likes
defense.
beating up on Philly.
Yeah.
It's literally like something he enjoys doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I see this being at least 12, maybe 15 point.
And I'm not sold on Kittle this week.
I'll mark that down. Not sold on Kittle.
Kittle's been slacking a bit, and
Oh, that's true.
Washington is.
I think she's got enough other people that have good
Yeah,
projections.
I'm
and
not
good
saying
matchups.
the overall. I will agree. I'm leaning towards Champ, but I think Kittle's a weak link there, in my opinion, against Washington, who is in last place in the wild card race right now, and they're going to play harder defense than that.
Yeah.
And Kittle hasn't been playing great.
True.
And they still have their backup quarterback in San Francisco.
True.
Or
very
third string quarterback.
Third string, yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah, that's all true. All very true. All right, I like that. Nate versus Belichick yourself, also in the lower brackets.
I'm going for me.
Going through this, I actually went back and forth, and obviously I would love to take shots at my co-anchor over here. But honestly, throw Leonard Fournette in. 10 points. Honestly, you guys are pretty even. But for Purdy, for Mixon, for even Hill, I don't love the matchups this week. I don't like Slayton this week. So,
Now also remember she has Lockett in still.
well, I'm taking Lockett. I was adding Fournette in for Lockett, and you guys are actually dead even for projections. Donovan People-Jones could be an interesting play this week.
Now also if Lamar Jackson's back, because they got to
Well, yeah,
hold
if
their.
Jackson's back, that's a whole nother thing. And also, you got to worry about Tannehill not playing.
Well, Jackson and Tannehill both questionable right now, so we'll see.
So if you have a quarterback, I'm going to pick you. But I think it is going to be close.
I'm down for a close game as long as I come out on top.
And then looking at 3 TEs versus the replacements, I think this is going to be a really good game. Looking at some of the matchups, looking at who people are playing, I think it's going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it comes down to how Watson plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say Watson's the only kind of iffy thing with the quarterbacks against New Orleans. He could put up some good points. Could be a high-scoring game.
DK Metcalf's going to be the only show in town as far as receivers for Seahawks. So as long as Geno can hit him, could be a lot of points this week for him.
Mm-hmm.
Amon-Ra St. Brown against Carolina. Eckler versus Indianapolis. Chubb versus New Orleans. There could be a lot of points scored on that side. And I like Kelsey. I like his matchup. But for the rest of them, I'm not loving it this week. Barkley, I think, could be good.
Barkley.
Trevor Lawrence, I don't love. Burrow, I don't love. Stevenson, I don't love. Waddle,
Stevenson, I don't love, but I like. I think Stevenson could do better than his projection against
Cincy.
But Keenan Allen, I think Keenan Allen will do decent. Walker would do well.
Yep.
Kicker, I don't care about. Broncos against
A
Rams.
kicker and defense can score you 30 points.
I know, but
They're
I
actually scoring
have
45.
no way of knowing how kicker's going to
And
do.
Broncos could score 30 by
No,
themselves.
I was gonna say no. When Broncos could do great against the Rams if Baker Mayfield plays like he did last week and not the week before.
Right.
Broncos can put up points.
Right. But I think I think this could be a very close match. I'm going to lean the replacements, but I'm saying a close match.
I'll lean 3 TDs.
There's no bias there, is there?
No. I think he can pull it off. But interesting game. I want close.
I think it's going to be a close game.
And then the last matchup, we have Diggs in the CD versus the King's Jesters. So this one, I'm going to be honest, is not looking great for you. I'm not sure. It's still a close game. Tua Tagovailoa, it could go either way. I feel like he's going to do well. He did well last week, minus the weather changes at the end of the game. And this is not below 30-degree weather.
Right.
It's in sunny South Florida against Green Bay. Maybe they're used to the cold, not used to the heat.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, we still don't know. We don't know if he's playing. His coaches say he'll be ready, but we won't know until... Who are you switching out now? I'm from Mostert in. So we got McKinnon. I like McKinnon, and I do like Mostert against Green Bay. Let's go to the other side. Herbert, I'm banking on Herbert. I picked the Chargers to win. I think he's going to do well. 20.52. I'll say he'll do his projection. Carr, I think Carr do well. Carr against Steelers.
Carr's been terrible.
Yes. This could be a get-right game. We'll use
Or
your
it could be a
term.
TJ Watt game. I don't like betting against the Watt brothers. I'm not going to lie.
We'll see. So we'll see on Carr, see if he does his projection. Connor, I like Connor. I think Connor's going to do well. I know it's against Tampa Bay.
With a third-string quarterback.
Which means they'll be utilizing him a lot. Which means they'll probably be trying to block him a lot.
Yeah.
But Connor can do
That's
Connor
what I'm
things.
hoping.
That's your hoping, yeah. Derrick Henry, it's in Tennessee. How cold is it?
No, it's in Houston. Or no, you're right. It is in
versus
Tennessee.
versus Houston.
Sorry.
So it's in Tennessee. He's at home, and we got a snowstorm.
It's cold enough.
in.
He'll do
Yeah,
well.
he'll do well.
That's my fear.
That Henry puts up 40 points this week.
I think 30 actually.
Diggs will. I think he'll do his projection. Let's see, Godwin. I mean, all in all, I think.
I'm banking on Ingram having an Ingram week.
Ooh, look at you putting Kamara back in.
I've gone back and forth.
That's a gamble on that one. Who'd you have in any other case? Montgomery. I don't like Montgomery, so I guess Kamara is the way to go against the Browns. Let's see if he can
become Kamara again.
Become Super Kamario, as you have written there.
Exactly.
So we'll see on that. Titans defense, though, I'm not a huge fan of this week. Ravens defense, yes. I think they'll do well against Atlanta.
I'm banking on 20 from a Ravens defense.
20, that's ridiculous.
15 would be nice.
I say they do 10.
I'm hoping for 15.
I know you're hoping for 15.
And I'm hoping Mahar does his average is between 10 and 15. So I'm hoping he does his average.
Is his average between 10 and 15?
Yeah.
Damn, all right. You just picked him up? No one had him?
I had him before. I dropped him.
And no one didn't get there in time.
He had 2 bad weeks. That's why I dropped
2
him.
terrible. 3. I don't know about this average business. How do you do averages?
12, 11, 15, 11. He had a couple bad weeks, which I dropped him for those weeks.
4 straight bad weeks.
20, 22, 11, 12.
You know what? I'm going to do the averages because this is not an average of 10 to 15. It's an average of like
9.
7.
9.
8 to 7.
9.
Maybe 8. I'll give you 8. But
lately he's been higher, and that's what I'm going with.
The last 2 weeks compared to the 2 weeks before that. No, we're not concluding that. That was 5 weeks ago.
I concluded 22. And this is a defense where they're actually going to have to kick field goals.
So yes, so that would be a fact, a big factor taken. So they're against the Eagles, which Eagles could stop them from making the touchdowns, so he'll have to kick more. I agree with that.
And he can kick 50-yard field goals.
But that statement about the average, I don't know about that.
They got a Northeastern coming in this weekend. All right, I might end up switching him out. Thank you. You just talked me out of him.
Just talking about him.
If they're doing 20-mile-an-hour winds and
But
it's
it's in
snowing.
Dallas.
Oh, is it?
It's in Dallas.
Oh, I thought it was in Philly. Okay.
No, it's in Dallas.
Okay, then I'm keeping him.
Yeah.
If it was in Philly, I was like, uh-oh. Anybody that's got a kicker in the Northeast this weekend, you might not want to play him.
But I'm leaning towards the King's Gestures.
It's going to be a close game.
I think it's going to be a close game as well.
it's a bad week to have certain matchups.
So, and then, playoffs on the line for a lot of these teams. So we'll see how they play. It's the AFC especially very competitive right now.
And the NFC East.
NFC East. Well, all you guys right now are in contention for the playoffs. So entire division in the playoffs play each other again.
could be potentially happening, I think, for the first time ever. I mean,
We almost had that AFC East. We were all in the wild card spot for a bit, but
make sure you get your Thursday night people out of the flex
spot.
Yeah, out of the flex spot. Stay on top of what's going on the waiver wire. This is going to be the week that really decides what happens.
don't forget we have Saturday games again. I didn't mention that.
realize that.
We have we have
Atlanta, Baltimore.
4, 5, 6. Holy crap!
7, 8, 9, 10.
They're
Christmas.
almost Christmas is Sunday. Merry Christmas. Almost all the games are Saturday this week. It's Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna be watching a lot of football.
That's wild.
You're gonna be traveling.
I'm going to be traveling. Dang it.
Sunday there's only 3 games, which I may be going to one of them. The Dolphins. Obviously, I'm not traveling to LA or Arizona. But so.
Okay, so-
Friday night, Saturday morning, make sure you wake up early for Christmas Eve and for fantasy football.
Yep. With that said, may everyone have a great week. Have an amazing holiday with the family. And King's Justice, I'm coming for you. See you guys next week.